How's it going, everybody? Jimmy FornaTRON here. And today, we're going to be playing some games. We're going to be playing one particular game that a lot of people have been asking me to visit again. But before we get into that, you're going to notice a little something. Is it this way? It's this way. You're going to notice we're going to be talking about the Game Awards. They just announced all of their Game of the Year nominees and stuff. And yeah, I got the Arc Raiders music playing in the background. You know what I need to start doing? I need to make a playlist that's just video game music, because if you have regular music, you'll just get copyright striked, and it's just a pain in the ass. But I'm jacked, I'm tan. I hope you're all doing well. I've been playing some Ninja Gaiden 4 lately, and I'm doing a review on that game. I still feel like it's a little bit loud. We'll turn it to there. Now I feel like it's a little bit quiet. The struggle with audio. Yeah, we're playing some Ninja Gaiden 4, and that game is just a good time. That's all I'll say. It's a good time. I'm so tired of people trying to be a Souls-like, and so it's just so refreshing when it's like just a straight up action game, just a straight up mash square and triangle, or X and Y, whatever the hell the Xbox controller calls it. Yeah, X and Y. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. I love that shit. That's all you need. Like a bunch of action stuff, great stuff. But yeah, it's been good. But yeah, we've been playing games. Let's talk some games. Let's get into it. So the Game Awards, for those of you who live on a mountain under a rock, is the biggest gaming award show that there is. Ever since it started in 2014, it's the biggest. And it's in December, and they've announced all of their nominees for the different categories. So let's go through one by one, and let's talk about who I personally think should win in each category that I feel like voting in. So like things like this, like best esports team, I don't know. Best esports athlete, I don't know. Best esports game, I don't know. Let's look at content creator of the year. Let's start there. Don't know. Kai Cenat's huge. Moist Critical. Don't know. I've been hearing a lot about the Burnt Peanut lately. I see a lot of their clips for like Battlefield stuff, and the Burnt Peanut is pretty hilarious. I feel like Kai Cenat being so huge, and like I feel like he's already won before. Same with Moist Critical. Love these guys, but I feel like for like new content creator, someone who's just like really come up out of nowhere and is like making a splash, I feel like, I know you're like, Moist Critical, say Moist Critical. I'm gonna vote the Burnt Peanut. Am I gonna sign in to vote? Hell no, I'm not signing into shit, dude. You're not taking my data. That's not happening. I can't even go back. Okay, close. Wow. Okay, my vote. Burnt Peanut. Dude, where did this take me? Jeff Keighley, your website sucks. Wow. Okay. Content creator of the year. Peanut. Most anticipated game. Let's look at this. 007 First Light. Who gives a shit? Grand Theft Auto 6. Do I even need to read the rest? It's obviously going to be Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't even need to read the rest. Marvel's Wokeverine. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, if you're like, how do you know it's going to be woke already? Have you played Spider-Man 2? Have you played Spider-Man 2? Play Spider-Man 2. There you go. You got a good idea of how good this fucking game's going to be. And then I don't care if they've totally revamped it since that leak happened. Game looks average at best. It's going to be a very watered down Logan. Maybe they'll have like a little bit of edge to it, but my hopes are not high for Insomniac. Witcher 4. Resident Evil Requiem, I've just recently played the Resident Evil games and they're good, but like I'm not like, oh my god, the next Resident Evil game, and I don't know many people that are, but I know they're out there. And then the Witcher 4, I haven't even played any of the Witcher games. So if that revokes my gamer card, whatever, dude. Maybe I should play the Witcher 3, but I don't care about the Witcher 4. But like obviously it's Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm gonna play Spider-Man 2 even harder. Do it. You won't make it through like the first hour. You're gonna be like, oh my god, end me. Okay, how do I like go back to view all categories? Okay, best adaptation. Let's take a look at this. A Minecraft movie that did really well, actually. Devil May Cry, I heard that was okay. Splinter, I didn't even know. Splinter Cell Death Watch. Did people even know Splinter Cell? That's a fucking PlayStation 1 game, dude. Like, did they even? I think there was a PS2 game, but like, dude, nobody knows what Splinter Cell is. The Last of Us Season 2 really fell off. Until Dawn, I heard that movie kind of sucked. Out of all of these, I would pick the Minecraft movie. Oh, okay. I haven't played the game. I haven't played Until Dawn. I don't even know, but I still, out of all this, I'll pick the Minecraft movie just because I know it did well. Best multiplayer. This upset me. Jeff Keighley, who the fuck do you have programming your website? What is, you've reached the edge. Are you joking me? Are you joking? Like, who programmed this website? It sucks. There we go. Wow. Dude, look at this lineup here. Look at this insane lineup. Arc Raiders, banger. Battlefield 6, banger. Elden Ring Night Rain, banger. Peak, banger. Allegedly, never played it. Split Fiction, heard it was great. Multiplayer crushed this year. 2025 was the year of multiplayer, dude. Like, these are just fucking, these are insane. These are all insane games. Like, if you're an FPS fan, hell yeah, Battlefield 6 coming out of the depths after like just the travesty that was 2047. And I heard 2047 got a lot better after a lot of patches, but them just coming out and taking over the king, Call of Duty is getting fucking crushed this year. It just shows you they got too cocky. They were like, no one could ever topple us at Call of Duty. And then they just put out bullshit game. And then finally someone's taking them over. And then Arc Raiders out of nowhere. I heard the finals was good too, but like, I don't know, like a lot of people who played the finals really liked it. I never played the finals, but Arc Raiders, dude, oh, chef's kiss. But I gotta say, Elden Ring Night Rain, so good. For someone who's never made like a huge multiplayer game to just come out with the like fucking gem and just crush. It really upsets me that like these three games are not in more categories. I don't think they're in that many more categories, if any, and that personally upsets me. Oh, really? That sucks. They were too innovative for their time. All right, so best multiplayer. I know it's not going to win. My personal choice would be Elden Ring Night Rain. But if I have to think of what the common gamer would say, or like the gaming mainstream, I'm going to say it's going to go to Arc Raiders. I feel like it's going to go to Arc Raiders. Battlefield 6 totally should win, but it just sucks that Arc Raiders came out like just so recent, and then because a lot of people have the recency biasy. But I think it's at that peak right now. Like, Battlefield 6 is still doing really well, but it's kind of like it's slowly going down from its peak, whereas Arc Raiders just continues to grow. Like, they just beat their fucking concurrent player count, and the game's been out for 2 weeks. Like, usually you'll hit your peak within the first weekend, and then it just like goes down from there. Arc Raiders, it's just going up, baby. The stock just keeps going higher. It's nuts. It's crazy. Personal choice: Elden Ring, Night Rain. Modern gaming media, Arc Raiders. Those are my 2 choices. Let's go back to view all categories. RedSec has torn the player base, in my opinion. Yeah, I think RedSec was a great option, but honestly, like, why play the paid games multiplayer when there's RedSec? I don't know. That's just my opinion, but I'm a layman when it comes to FPS game. Best sports racing, I don't have an opinion on that. Best sim strategy, don't have an opinion on that. Best family game, don't have an opinion on that. Best fighting game, I want to see these choices. 2K, 2XKO, never heard of it. Capcom Fighting Collection 2, I heard that was like wanted from the, I don't know. Fatal Fury, I feel like that's a game that like is like free to play. I don't know, they just like keep adding DLC that you pay for. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, I like it because it's all the games from my childhood, but I heard that on consoles, at least, this is all secondhand information, according to Maximilian Dude, who clearly is the voice of all fighting game players. There's input latency on the console versions. Apparently it's a little bit better on PC, but that's kind of unfortunate when they hyped up that Legacy Collection so hard. Virtual Fighter 5, I didn't even know was out. I have no concept of who should win this. Capcom Fighting Collection 2, I don't know. I would say Mortal Kombat, but I don't know. That's tough. Best RPG, look at this. Are we gonna get that 404 error again? Dude, this website. Avowed? Why is Avowed on this list? Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, The Outer Worlds 2. You know what upsets me? Well, okay. Night Rain really isn't an RPG because there aren't, like, you just level up. So I can see why that's not in it. What else came out this year? I just don't think Avowed deserves a spot on here. There's no way it was that light for RPGs this year. Like, dude, I would even take Berserker of Kazan over fucking Avowed, dude, any day of the week. Borderlands 4? Yeah, even Borderlands 4, for sure. Avowed, like, give me a break, dude. Like, okay, let's check this out. We're gonna go to SteamDB. Avowed. So Avowed peaked at about 20,000 players. That's decent. That's higher than I thought it was. I didn't think it did that high, but I played it and it had really good functionality mechanics wise, but the story, the graphics, just everything was just bleh. Just like turd in a bowl. I don't think it deserves that spot. We all know who's going to win this. And it's going to be Claire Obscur Expedition 33. But here's what also might happen. Because Claire Obscur Expedition 33 will be such a clean sweep for a lot of these awards, I think they're going to give a few gimmies. And the gimme that they might give out is to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Here's my reasoning why. A lot of people hyped up this game. They talk about how great its RPG mechanics are and just like the sim quality that it has. I feel like that's going to be a gimme. Yeah, like Elden Ring versus God of War Ragnarok. Exactly. I feel like because of the clean sweep, Expedition 30, and that sucks. Like when a game rightfully deserves to just clean sweep a bunch of different categories, it sucks that we have to handicap it because we're like, well, it's not fair if it wins all the awards. It's like, bro, if you make a fucking dope game, you deserve to win all the awards. That's just the way it goes. Try sucking less at making games. But I feel like they're going to give it to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Exactly. Just let it win. Best action adventure game. Jeff Keighley, come on, dude. Who are you paying to program this website? Maybe it is my VPN. There we go. Best action adventure. Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Hollow Knight Silksong, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Get the fuck out of here. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. When did did that game come out last year? Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. $2024. December 9th, 2024. What the fuck is it doing on this year's list? Is it because it was too late for last year's? I don't give a shit if it released on PS5. Get it out of here. I don't even know why it's on the list. Like, shut the hell up. And Split Fiction, I don't... Okay, here's my personal reason. I don't feel like a game should be in Best Action Adventure category when you cannot play the game by yourself. Like, these should be single-player games. You cannot play Split Fiction by yourself, from what I'm aware. Like, don't you have to have a second player? Isn't that the whole thing? So these two games, out. So, here's what I'm getting at. You have to be co-op, exactly. So this should not be here. Here's what I'm saying. Why isn't Night Rain in this list? You can play Night Rain, but single player. You can play it single player. It is an is it an adventure game? No, I'll be honest with myself. It's not an adventure game. I just want to see it nominated in more categories. Okay, but out of these, he's got to give it to his homeboy, Hideo Kojima. I think this is where Death Stranding 2 wins. Best action adventure, Death Stranding 2, On the Beach. Final answer. Best action game. What are we doing, dude? What are we doing here? Shinobi Art of Vengeance? Are you joking me? What the fuck is this? Shinobi Art of Vengeance. What does that even mean? Shinobi Art of Vengeance. 3,300 total players. 3,300 total players. You're joking me with this. Get that the fuck out of here. Why is this on the list? Why is this on the list? Night Rain should be on this list. Most of the player base is on PS5 Pro. Absolutely. I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't give a fuck. Get that shit off the list, dude. Get out of here. I was just talking about Ninja Gaiden 4 being a great action game. Totally agree. Dune Dark Ages. Action game. 100%. Battlefield 6. Campaign was decent. Night Rain should 100% be on this list. This is a bullshit list. I feel like they're going to give Best Action Game to Hades 2. That's what I feel like. I haven't played Hades 2, but I feel like they're going to give it to Hades 2. Best VR AR, don't give a shit. Best mobile game, don't give a shit. Best debut indie game. Fuck, dude. Jeff Keighley, your website sucks. Best debut indie game, come on. There we go. Blueprints, Expedition 33, Never heard of that. Dispatch I hear is great. Megabonk is great. Oh, this is a tough one. Expedition 33 is an indie game. And it came out of nowhere and it just blew up. I heard Blueprints is really fantastic. But I still think no matter how many awards it's nominated for and you feel like you gotta like disperse it, Expedition 33 deservedly should win this as well. Best debut indie game, because it's just true. It's just true. Best independent game. Come on, give me a break here, dude. Jeff Keighley with your website. Everybody, this is a reminder to pay your web developers. Pay your web developers. For outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside of the traditional publisher system. That's a tough one. Blueprints from I haven't played it, and people who have told me, I feel like that was a very creative premise. I feel like the premise of Blueprints, very creative. To make like a roguelike puzzle game and to make the gameplay loop addictive to where people who don't even like puzzles will like playing this game. I think that's a huge accomplishment. Games like Ball Pit, Hollow Knight Silksong, Hades 2, I don't think they deserve that. I think it's between Blueprints and Expedition 33. More leaning towards Blueprints. Yeah, having said that, Expedition 33. Best community support. Or wait, was that? No, that was what we just did. Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, No Man's Sky. I feel like No Man's Sky has already won before. Baldur's Gate 3, they keep saying how they don't want to do DLC and stuff, but they keep releasing updates that I do feel like include content. Final Fantasy 14, I feel like they've shit the bed with some of their updates, and I feel like their fan base is kind of pissed off about it. Fortnite, to be truthful, crushes it. It's just crushing it. With the Simpsons update, they have done a shit ton of content updates. They're almost unbeatable. But it's hard to vote for them because I think they've won this category like a few times already. Helldivers 2, nobody gives a shit about Helldivers 2 anymore. Am I crazy? I feel like the game had mad hype. It was riding this huge wave of success when it first released. And then they just did all that bullshit with the PSN stuff. And I feel like they kind of came back a little bit, but I feel like they've just been slowly bleeding out over time. And like no one really cares. It did fall hard. Yeah. So if I'm going to throw my Hot Gamer Girl vote out there, like I know No Man's Sky is like, they keep updating it and it gets crazier. The game's, it's too old. Move on. Make a new game. Make a new game. It's like, great. We're happy that you made it better and you did all this stuff. It's too old now. Do something new. At this point, it's like, let's see a new game. How about work on that? Let's go. Baldur's Gate 3. That's where my vote's going. Best ongoing. It's almost like the same games. I'm going to say Marvel Rivals, because again, came out of nowhere. It's crushing. It's still always in the top 10 for most played games. They're adding new character skins all the time. People love it. I know. Win. Marvel Rivals, my choice. Games for Impact. Oh, brother. We all know what this is going to be. Who's playing these games, dude? Like on paper, I like the sound of that. It's like, oh, let's make a game that has a cultural impact. It talks about like current events or like current social agenda. I don't know, like things that are going on in the world that need awareness brought to them, blah, 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 blah. What the fuck is this doing in a game, dude? What is this doing in a game? I played South of Midnight. It sucked. It sucked. I've never played these other games. I don't know. Warwana, I see what you're talking about now. I flamed him because I was like, what are you doing voting for South of Midnight? And you know what he said to me? You know what he said to me? He goes, check out these other choices, bruh. Check out what you have to pick from. That's what he said to me. It all makes sense now. The game has a message. Yeah, it's got a message, all right. Play better games. That's what the message is. Innovation and accessibility. I don't know how any of these games innovate in accessibility. I will say from my good buddy Max Deshaw's recent review of Ghost of Yotei, he showed off that that game had a lot of great accessibility options, which I agree with. I got to give it to Sony. Sony games are fantastic when it comes to accessibility. And what I feel like is accessibility is there are options in the game that allow that game to be played by people with certain needs. And I don't mean difficulty. I don't think a difficulty option is an accessibility option. I feel like accessibility is for people who are vision impaired, for people that are hearing impaired, for people that have motor functions that, let's say, have needs. And I feel like when a game has options that make the game more playable for you without sacrificing the core entity of the game, like what the game was meant to be, I think that's great. Because just like you don't talk down to people who have accessibility needs, when you dumb down a game for them to be able to play it, I feel like you're kind of talking down to them in a way. So by having good accessibility options that allow them to play your game as is, but it fits to their specific needs, fucking fantastic. I think that's rad. I don't know if any of these games really did that. I don't recall Doom the Dark Ages really doing that. Maybe Assassin's Creed Shadow because Ubisoft is a big company. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. Yeah, limiting motor function. That was the better way of saying it. Best performance. Oh my god, dude, this website. Best performance. This upset a lot of people because 3 of these nominations are from Expedition 33. But brother, you make a good game, you're gonna get nominated. You're gonna get nominated for awards when you make a good game and you get some good actors for it. Yeah, nominate Air 404. Nominate the IT team for the Game Awards. Eric Ishii, get the fuck out of here. That is a bought and paid for nomination, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Why am I saying that as a person who has not played Ghost of Yotei? I've seen clips of the game. The voice acting is not out of this world. You could get an AI to read the same lines. It'd probably have the same effect. Konatsu Kato, I did not play Silent Hill F. I feel like her character is mostly mute. I did not play that game though, so I don't know. Troy Baker's Troy Baker. He is a fantastic A-level voice actor. But it's kind of like the Brad Pitt of voice acting. When you get Brad Pitt in a movie, you know what you're getting. You're getting Brad Pitt. It's Brad Pitt. In every movie, it's Brad Pitt. It's Brad Pitt in a different role. That's kind of what Troy Baker is. He did do a fantastic Harrison Ford impression, and his cadence, his voice is alarmingly very close to Harrison Ford. And I think what that did is it opened up movie roles for him as Harrison Ford, because he's going to be able to do the shit that Harrison Ford doesn't want to do, and they don't want to pay Harrison Ford to do. That being said, it's clearly between these three. I love Ben Starr. I love Ben Starr. He's hilarious. He is hilarious. I feel like he deserves his own TV show. But again, little oversaturated this year. He was in a lot of games, and that's great. That's him being successful. He should not be punished for his success. But I do feel like there's a little bit of Clive in all of his performances. Jennifer English, she did fantastic as Mayel as well. But I gotta give it to Charlie Cox. Anyone who has played Expedition 33, you instantly fall for his character in the first act. Everybody loves Gustav. I don't even want to meet the person who played Expedition 33 and got through the first act and was like, God, fuck Gustav. It's bullshit. Everyone liked Gustav. It was heartbreaking for everybody, that first act. And for him to pull off that performance in like a day, like he did all his lines in a day, amazing. Natural talent. Didn't even think that's what he sounded like, because I remember him from the Daredevil show. I don't feel like he sounded that way. But Charlie Cox, that's my vote. Best audio design. This is another big upset because people think Arc Raiders should be in this list. I also think so too. Arc Raiders definitely has great 3D audio or spatial audio. Like when you play the game with headphones, as you should, you hear shit whipping around you. You hear all the drone, all the arcs and stuff, people, the proximity chat and stuff. I think it's great. I played Death Stranding 2 on the beach. The audio is pretty good. The in-game audio and sound design, is that like the OST? If it's the OST, like Death Stranding 2 has a great OST, but Claire Obscur, get the fuck out of here, dude. That game just, it's so good. It's so good, but I think that's different. I didn't play these two games. I still feel like I'm going to give it to Expedition 33. Still feel like that's what's going to happen. Best score and music. Here we go. I feel like everyone's doing the same video. That's why this keeps happening. .404 wins again. Dude, 404 is crushing it this year. Get the fuck out of here with these choices. Death Stranding 2, much deserved. That OST, incredible. It's got amazing tracks on there. Woodkid, who did the whole OST, insane work. His vocals are amazing. They pair so well with that game. Incredible, 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 incredible. Ghost of Yote, get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm sure from just a guess, and I've never played this game. Just a guess. It's like traditional feudal Japan kind of sounds. Get the fuck out of here. Expedition 33, next fucking level. Next level. It's insane. Lumineer, are you joking me? Put on Lumineer. Crank that shit. Unbelievable. It's playing Plong, yeah. Are you talking about Lumineer? Ping, pong, yeah. Insane. Hades 2, shut the fuck up, dude. Same with Hollow Knight Silksong. I just don't think, get out of here with that shit. Okay, I want to do something real quick too. This is kind of upsetting for me. Someone got on here. Just listen to this shit, dude. These are unfortunate thumbnails. It's just like lo-fi cyberpunk music. Before judges, what this is, it's lo-fi cyberpunk music. It's great for doing work on. That's lo-fi? It's really embarrassing whenever people see that on my background. How is this not nominated? This OST fucking slaps, dude. It is fire. It just fucking pops off. It's so good. Okay. It's about what I expect. Waiting for it to pick up. I want to hear a big crescendo. I don't feel like it's gonna happen. I think it's just more of this. Bing bong, bing ding 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 ding. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, dude. Get out of here with that. Are you joking me? Are you joking me? I just seen that clip and I'm not happy about it. Okay, Hades 2 main menu theme. That's like okay. It's like it's okay. It's not great. It's better than Silk Song. You're gonna tell me it's better than this? You're joking me. You're joking me. That is an insult. That is an insult to all gamers that Night Rain is not on this list. Complete insult. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I'm happy for all the people that liked Hollow Knight and that they finally got Silk Song and that they loved it and that it was a great game. Get the fuck out of here. Best score in music? Get the fuck out of here. You're joking me. You're joking me. Complete joke. These do not deserve to be on this list. I'm pretty sure this also doesn't deserve to be on this list. This game is amazing. Amazing. Night Rain, amazing. Incredible soundtrack for a throwaway From Software game that was apparently going to be just copy pasta from Slop. Amazing. Insane. Absolute cinema OST on Night Rain. That being said, Expedition 33 100% beats it all out. 100%. Expedition 33 wins best score in music. Absolutely. Best art direction. It's got to be Expedition 33. Death Stranding 2. We all know Kojima has got taste. He's a weird guy. We've seen it all before. We've seen it all before in Death Stranding. It's not new. Same with Ghost Yote. Seen all that shit before in Ghost of Tsushima. Hades 2. Seen all that shit in Hades 1. Hollow Knight. We've seen all that shit in Hollow Knight. Expedition 33. Incredible. Shut up. Those lo-fi thumbnails are unfortunate. Best art direction, Expedition 33, 100%. Best narrative, Death Stranding on the Beach 2. I feel like they treaded a lot of the same ground that the first game covered. Again, a God of War Ragnarok situation. Yes, the story was different, but on a thematic, emotional level, I feel like it hit the same story beats as the first game. I don't think it didn't do anything different. Ghost of Yote, typical revenge story. I feel like, is it that much different than Ghost of Tsushima? Instead of like fighting for your whole clan and like your people, like having that like pride and country, it's kind of just one person's perspective from what I understand. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I don't even know what the fucking story is, dude. Are people talking about it months later? No, they're not. Silent Hill F. My buddy Max played this, said that the story was just like, meh, whatever. And then a bunch of fucking weeb dweebs came fighting for this lady's honor in the comment section. And it's like, brother, I don't think the story was that great. Obviously, Claire Obscur Expedition 33. Great narrative. Very creative way to do like a story about loss and I don't want to give too much away. Just about loss and mourning. Very creative way to get around that. It's kind of like a mix of Peter Pan and I don't know, some other elements in there. But great, amazing story. Obviously, Expedition 33, best narrative. Death Stranding 3 on the thumbnail, yeah. Best game direction, 404 is the winner, obviously. Best game direction. I feel like this is another give me. And although you think that the clean sweep should be Expedition 33, I feel like for best game direction, they're going to give it to Hideo Kojima. I agree. It should be a clean sweep, but they're going to give it to Hideo Kojima. That's what's going to happen. Game of the year, brother. Game of the year. I do feel like multiplayer, now that I used to be totally against multiplayer games being in the game of the year category because I didn't feel like it made sense. But now that I have played a lot of the multiplayer games that came out this year, I see the other side of the coin and I feel like there is a lack of representation by not including them in this category. When I think of game of the year, I think of the game that speaks for the year in its entirety of gaming. What do I mean by that? What are most people who play video games, what game are they talking about for the majority of that fiscal year? That's what it means to me. And I gotta tell you right now, I don't feel like people are talking about Hades 2. I definitely don't feel like people are talking about Hades 2. I don't think people give a fuck about Hades 2. I feel personally insulted that it's on multiple lists, and like Night Rain isn't. And it's not just personal preference. I'm going to show you something. Hades 2 had a peak concurrent player base of 112,000 players. That is by no means slouch numbers. Those are fantastic numbers for a game. Elden Ring Night Rain triples that. 3 times as many people played Elden Ring Night Rain, a game that came out of nowhere. People are going to be like, they're just riding coattails off of the Elden Ring IP. Sure, but it's a fantastic game and it proved everyone wrong. So many people said this game was just going to be copy pasta garbage from Slopware, people were saying. Completely dunked on. Luke Stevens dunked on. Fucking what's that dude's name? Looks like me. He's got the glasses just like me. Reforge Gaming dunked on. Completely dunked on. That guy gets habitually dunked on, but he was especially dunked on because of that. So like fucking Maximilian dude dunked on. He came around. He was like, I don't know if I'm feeling this game. And it's because he thought he was an executor, that he was an executor. And then when he went to John Wilder or John Night Rain, the game clicked for him. I 100% agree with that. So in the chat, Hades 2 had pre-release. I thought it released forever ago, but that was his pre-release. Why was it in pre-release for so long and it felt like the game had already launched? So I think they kind of took away the allure of their like full release, but still, like I just don't think it's there. I just don't think it's there. I think it's definitely like, it's probably an improvement over the first game. It probably like incorporated some cool stuff, but I feel like the time for that game has gone and passed, and there were better games out this year. When you say game of the year, that is kind of like it is a popularity contest. You can't just go by what your niche choice is for a game. You have to think of gaming as a whole, gaming as a culture. What is the gaming culture talking about? It sure as shit isn't Hades 2. I'll tell you that much right now. So I feel like there's this obligation to throw a give me to all of the major publishers. Donkey Kong Bonanza. They had to throw one here for Nintendo. They had to throw Nintendo a bone. I'm sure Donkey Kong Bonanza was popular on the Nintendo Switch too. Is it Game of the Year worthy? I would agree no. I would argue no. Hades 2 does not deserve to be here. 100% does not deserve to be here. Game of the Year? Are you joking me? Hollow Knight Silksong 100% deserves to be here. This game was anticipated for so long. People were begging for it to come out every single year. Massive, massive success. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I feel like had a lot of hype around it, but I feel like it was too odd of a launch, and I don't feel like it could have reached its peak that it should have. But I feel as a gamer, I feel like it's insulting that neither Battlefield 6, Arc Raiders, or Elden Ring Night Rain are not in the Game of the Year list. Just because they're multiplayer games. They were all fantastic games. came out of nowhere, totally exceeded expectations. People are loving it. It's what everyone's talking about. That being said, Expedition 33 all the way. Expedition 33 all the way. This is why Expedition 33, these are the many reasons why Expedition 33 deserves to win Game of the Year. 1, it launched at $50 in a time where all of the gaming companies were trying to make it the norm to release games at $80 fucking. Expedition 33 comes out of nowhere, says, nah, dude, $50. Complete W right there. Second, they turned a genre that everyone deemed to be dead, DOA, dead on arrival, turn-based RPG. They took that genre and made it appealing to the broader audience. I know that turn-based combat games have existed forever. As recently as Octopath Traveler 2, as recently as Metaphor ReFantazio. There are a ton of turn-based RPG games out there that have released in recent years. Here's the difference. Nobody is going to play those fucking games who is not already into the turn-based RPG genre or just RPGs in general. You are not going to get the Shrouds to play Metaphor ReFantazio. You are not going to get people who play other games to play Metaphor ReFantazio. The fact that Claire Obscur Expedition 33 got regular ass normies, NBA 2K playing motherfuckers, to play a turn-based RPG, not only play the fucking thing, but love it, is a massive, massive fucking feat and should not be downplayed. There are a ton of butthurt RPG nerds out there right now being like, it didn't like innovate on the genre. Blah, blah, blah. It made it appealing to the modern audience. Case closed. The music is fantastic. The music is out of this world, and it didn't take like a huge opera. It didn't take like this huge production. It was two people. It was a French dude and some lady. And they crushed, dude. They crushed. The music evokes emotion. You cannot listen to the OST of Expedition 33 and not feel anything. If you can, you're a psychopath. The music is out of this world. The characters are unreal. They're fantastic. In an age where there were tropes for modern characters that was getting so old, so annoying, it felt fresh to bring back traditional storytelling. And it's just unbelievable. The characters are insane. So when you're hitting on that many levels, it is absolutely the game of the year. The gameplay is fun. The combat is fun. It's not perfect. It's fun. It's satisfying. There's lots of bosses. It's very rewarding for $50. And there isn't a bunch of bullshit paid DLC. Huge W in this day and age. Death Stranding on the beach, very unique story, very creative. But the biggest thing that it missed out on was being a game. And I hate to say it to people because everyone loves sucking off Hideo Kojima. Hideo Kojima is a genius. Nobody is not arguing that. But the game lacks at being a game. It is tedious as fuck to play this game. There are parts of it that are cool, but the majority, the meat of the game is tedious and boring. And I found myself just like wanting to skip so I could just get to the next cutscene because I was looking forward to the cutscene more than I was the gameplay. the game of the year, without question. It's not even close. It's not even close. If you had to put it in geographical terms, you could not even see the nearest competitor to Expedition 33 with a fucking telescope. That is how far the rest of these games are to Expedition 33. Hands down, game of the year, no questions. That's how it's going down. And that, my friends, is my vote, my opinion on the Game Awards for 2025. So if you agree with me, great. If you don't, I don't know, cope about it in the comments. I don't give a shit.